Hi all, let me just put. So you now should see my slides, Google Slides. We will discuss academic research on example of this, how you can contribute to research, how to you can make your into scientific methods. On the example of this group of researchers, they kind of designed this requirement quality theory. It's a kind of, how to say, here. So you could do not requirements engineering. It's just example. If you study problem of loneliness or problem of like how bad university portal is, or problem of like math teachers, or problems of anything, like a lot of problems you are researching in your areas, but this is about example of studying when projects go wrong at the start. As an example, I have in practice a businessman paid $5,000 and expected team in Almaty developers they will build Instagram clone, but he didn't imply it. He just said like so, and they build it and they bring and show, and the businessman says, "Oh no, I wanted Instagram clone. This is not good. Rework." So this is inflated expectation because the person just provide what he wants via WhatsApp audio message, and it didn't work out well. It's not detailed, and it's really bad planning. And normally in industry, this kind of requirements live in so-called product requirements document, PRD, is a new term. Before it was called software requirements specification, and before it was more of like requirements engineering was the term. And this example requirements quality tool developed by a group of scientists in computer science, Frattini et al. The link is here. Typical, the simplest form of what is a good requirement for a product is it should be clear. I want a button to be sexy. This is not clear. Example, you have to define. If you click, I want the button to be at least not smaller than average person on Earth thumb. This is more detailed than a sexy button. This is a simple description. And in this research paper, we are discussing, they built very detailed flow of how requirements affect the software development process. Once I want a sexy button in my app, this is a requirements artifact. It will lead to a next activity. It will affect activity of software engineer will start coding it, and then the coding software engineer quality will depend on how clear I set requirements, and also how clear what are the context factors. Is this engineer working alone? Did this engineer has low experience? Did this engineer had experience in building social media and buttons? It's all will impact how this end product will look like. Then, after it's finished, the engineer will show product to business customer. For example, for me, and I say, this is really bad. Please rework it. And the engineer will put more resources, time, GPU, CPU, server loss, maybe all sorts of, and also consume salary. As all will affect cost of end product. And here is more detailed example. You could study more if you're interested. I just will not elaborate. And there is also artifact, a technical tool where you can kind of load your product requirements, and it will predict impact. It will be bad impact or good, but you will need to supply also context. And agent here, it means not LLM agent. It means in general, it could be person putting requirements, it could be bot, it could be some script, and it could be like LLM agent. Yeah. So if I would have built my contribution to theory, I could do the following. I could take this paper, cite it, and I say, okay, I will implement it and I will discover some new phenomena. For example, development activity, if it will be development for Android devices, what I will find that actually cost is not so relevant. They could do a Flutter app really fast, prototype, and it will not be relevant for Android device. Just I'm making up an example. So I will document it in some matrix case like we looked with you. I will say, okay, user registration Android, if it's a lack of quality, it's anyway built by templates, so it doesn't matter if good requirement or not. And live chat also from template, etc. And I could show my opinion why this is cost. It's not relevant for Android development associated with bad requirements. And then I publish this paper if I document all the steps which I did. That is, in a nutshell, what is academic contribution. And then you need to actually write your weaknesses. You will propose further research. You will have to describe all the theories which you contribute, which could, because you need to follow some tradition. You cannot invent from your head. Nobody will trust you if nobody knows you. You first need to learn the tradition which was before you. And you publish it, and it does not mean it's like now a theory. It's just your opinion, and which will have support by this case, but that's it. It will not be theory, real theory, unless other scientists researchers, professors, lecturers will cite it and will apply it. So we need application of your finding in practice or in academia. So that's in a nutshell. We could discuss later in the and if you're interested, please ping me in comments and keep in touch. Take care. Bye bye.